Welcome to the online training for the Integrated Monarch Monitoring Program. To conduct any IMMP activities, you will need to construct a monitoring plot at your site. If you are monitoring any type of grassland or shrubland, you will set up one of the plot configurations in this video. Grasslands include protected grasslands, unclassified or unprotected grasslands, agricultural conservation lands, other conservation sites, and developed open space. See the IMMP overview video for a description of the different categories of grasslands. The preferred monitoring plot design is a standard rectangle that measures 200 meters by 50 meters for a total size of 1 hectare. 1 hectare equals about 2.5 acres, which is about the size of 2 football fields. The monitoring plot will be anchored on the GPS coordinates you selected in the Site Selection section. If you are monitoring a random IMMP point, you will use the coordinates of the random point to anchor the plot. If you are selecting your own site, you may randomly select a point within the area of interest, where the plot fits best, or within a specific area of the site that is of interest to you. From that GPS point, we will place the plot northward at a directional bearing of 0 degrees. A directional bearing is just a compass direction or an angle measured in degrees in a clockwise direction from the north line. If, however, there is an obvious elevational gradient you observe when you visit your site, you should rotate the plot so that it crosses the change in elevation. In other words, if there is an observable hill within your plot, orient it so that it travels up or down that hill. If this is the case, take a compass bearing in the direction of the gradient and use this bearing when you arrive at point 1. Record this bearing on your site description datasheet. Additionally, if the standard rectangle does not fit on the site when oriented north, you may rotate it until it fits within the appropriate site type. Take a compass bearing in that new direction that allows the rectangle to fit. This is your start bearing. Record this new direction on your site description form. Next, you will use a transect tape, smartphone tracking app, or pacing to walk 200 meters in the direction of your start bearing. If you are using a transect tape, you'll want to anchor down the end or have a partner hold one end and walk with the tape until it is fully laid out. The transect tapes provided in our monitoring kits only measure 100 meters, so you will have to run it out twice for the full 200 meters. Record the latitude and longitude for your new location, point 2, on your site description form. Add 90 degrees to your original compass bearing, or simply turn 90 degrees to your right or left depending on your site, and walk 50 meters in that direction. Record the latitude and longitude for your new location, point 3, on the site description form. Again, add 90 degrees to your current compass bearing, or turn 90 degrees again, and walk 200 meters in that direction. Record the latitude and longitude for your new location, point 4, on the site description form. Your monitoring plot is now mapped. If the landowner allows, it is helpful to mark the corners of your plot in order to easily locate it in the future and to save time having to locate it for each activity and visit. We recommend using brightly colored wire flags, stakes, or bamboo poles to anchor each corner of your plot. If your site cannot accommodate a standard rectangle in any way, you may place a square instead. The standard square plot measures 100 meters by 100 meters and maintains the standard plot size of 1 hectare. You will place the plot in the same way we explained with the standard rectangle, but each side of the square measures 100 meters instead of 200 or 50. If the square does not fit either, you may construct an irregular plot. An irregular plot often takes up the entire site area as shown on this slide. In this case, the boundaries of your site will serve as the boundaries of your monitoring plot. Like you would have done with a standard rectangle or square, you should still collect and record at least 4 GPS coordinates while walking the boundary of your plot in order for us to characterize the area of your site. You will record the type of monitoring plot that you set up, the coordinates for each corner, and your start bearing on your site description datasheet in this section. You now know how to set up your monitoring plot in the field. Next, you should watch the site description video to learn about what data to record at your site. Thanks and happy monitoring!